Is journaling really worth it? 100%. Without a doubt. I would recommend it to absolutely everyone. It's helped me write down a lot of my problems, and I can actually assess where most of the symptoms of my problems actually come from. So it's actually helped me for two things really: my mental health and also clarity, because I find that I can't really perform tasks to the best of my ability if I don't have clear thoughts, if I don't have a clear mind. So in terms of clarity, it's helped in a massive way. Also, the most important benefit for myself, I would say, is reduce stress and also increase my productivity. Because what I found was that most of the times when I was stressed, or if I had like many thoughts in my mind, I found it really hard to actually perform tasks. So even if I said I was busy trying to get deep work done, it was very difficult because half the time I was just thinking about the stress and the issues that I was going through. But if I've journaled earlier in that day, not that it's eliminated the problem to like 100% and like to the full degree, but it's helped, I would say, at least 75% of the way. And tracking your systems day to day, what it can help you do is actually find out what your triggers are, because what you find is that you go through this journal like day by day and you can actually see where most of your problems are coming from. What time are your problems coming at? Because most of the time it's general patterns that you tend to pick up. So tracking down everything into a journal can help you tackle that stress even more. Just want to show you guys how exactly I've been journaling for the past 6 months. And if you do pick up this book at any point, even if you don't pick up the book, you can at least follow a similar strategy in terms of your own documentation. So in today's goal, I'll just take today for example. I'll write down film a YouTube video. And then another main goal I have today is to start university essays. I actually don't know what I'm gonna do today for self-care acts. I think I'll probably write down meditation because it tends to calm my mind even more as well. Meditation. And in terms of what I'm grateful for, I typically write the same ones every single morning. So that'd be my family, my relationship, and the opportunities that I've been given to, of course, study overseas and be connected to individuals in the entrepreneurial space who can help connect me to different opportunities. So I'll write that down. In terms of the affirmation, I like to follow the same affirmation every single day. It was inspired by a legendary man called Bob Proctor, and RIP now, he's no longer with us, but his affirmation came from Earl Nightingale, and he played the same recording every single day until his reality became an existence. And what that was is he would say the following. He would say, "I'm so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis." I even recognize it now. I say it every single day, every single morning. So I'll typically write that down in today's affirmation. I really do think it's a powerful one. And in terms of my schedule and my to-do list, I typically rank tasks from 1 to 10. Obviously 10 being extremely important and 1 being like not so important. So for example, I'll write down check bank balances so that I can see which upcoming payments I can make. And then I'll write down like go to the gym as well, grocery shopping, university essay. On to the next page. I like this page quite a lot. So I track down how much sleep I take. So if it was like 7 hours for that night, I'd write down 7 hours and 30 minutes. How many liters of water have I drunk for that day? My mood, energy, activity level, and if I've eaten fruits and vegetables, I'll take that as well. If I've had caffeine, I'll take that as well. Screen time. This is actually an interesting one because sometimes it fluctuates. Like during weekends, it'll be higher, and then weekdays it'll be quite lower, but I'll write that down. So like let's say that was 6 hours, for example. Vitamins, I usually take all of them, so I'll just say all of them. Like I'm not gonna list every single vitamin that I take, but I write them down and then I just take all, and then I go through how I felt that day. I think that's very important to keep track of. So if I felt really sad or anxious, I would typically write that down. So I'd say anxious. Why? Because I didn't complete my important task for the day. And what I like is that this diary offers prompts that you can use. So for example, it'll ask, do I use my personal style to express myself? Or which 3 moral rules will I never break? That's a really deep question. 3 moral rules I'll never break. And then I'll typically write those down. What I like is that the last prompt is always asking you like what you're looking forward to. So then typically you can ask, you're looking forward to a birthday event, or you're looking forward to a certain holiday that you can spend time with your family and friends. So that's also quite nice. So I'd like to offer you guys tips on how you can actually get started with journaling yourselves. One thing that you should note is that this can actually be done anytime, anywhere, whether you're commuting to your work or whether you've just woken up that morning and you want to get some of your thoughts out of the way. You can literally spend just 10 minutes, not that long, just 10 minutes writing down all your thoughts and the tasks that you have to do for that day. So I would definitely say you could do it anytime, anywhere. And so for myself personally, the 2 times that I tend to journal the most is definitely first thing in the morning and just before I go to bed. I find that those are like the best times for me to start journaling. One, because in the morning, if I've thought or had any bad dreams, or if I have any continuous thoughts in my mind, I just write them down as quickly as I can. And then of course, before bed, I can write down how I felt for that day, so that later down the line, I can go back and keep track of my emotions and actually begin to judge where most of my problems lie. And again, you don't have to complicate this too much. You can literally write down 2 to 3 words for that day. And if you feel like that's enough, that's perfectly fine. You don't need to complicate the whole process and feel like you need to fill out the entire journal to feel like you've been productive. You can literally just write down 2 to 3 words depending on how you felt that day, and that's a good way to get started. One of the very powerful prompts that I asked myself when I first got started with journaling was, where do I see myself in 5 years? Like, what does my dream life look like? And it's a very deep question because, of course, anything can happen in the duration of 5 years, but beginning to write down what your dream life looks like. Where do you live? Who do you live with? How much money are you making? You know, what type of work are you doing? Are you doing work that you love? Are you doing work that you hate? These are all things that you can write down in your journal. And then the nice thing is that 5 years, when you do look back, you can see how accurate you are and how many of those things you've actually achieved in your life. So I really do encourage you guys to actually start journaling. And what I'll do is I'll link the book that I use down in the description and you can have a look at it for yourself. But I really do encourage you guys to do it first thing in the morning. Just write down 2 to 3 words or different tasks that you have for that day, or the different emotions that you're feeling in that very present moment. I really encourage you guys to get started with journaling. So I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video. And again, like and subscribe for more. Take care, guys.